Self-doubt is something that kills more dreams than a little bit of failure ever will. Self-doubt kills more dreams than a mistake ever will, than a setback ever will. And it's not because you can't do it, because you can. Like, you're capable of doing it. You're capable of becoming this best version of you. You're capable of accomplishing your goals, accomplishing the dreams that you've had since you were little. Like, you're more than capable. But people start to give up, and people don't chase these dreams and chase these goals because you convince yourself that you can't. Before you even try, before you even take the first step, you're already telling yourself that you can't do it. You don't have the confidence in yourself. You don't believe in yourself. Self-doubt kills more dreams than failing ever will. But what if the goal that we're chasing isn't just confidence? What if it's not learning how to grow out of self-doubt, but what if it's learning how to master and control your own mind? Because I'm not gonna lie, confidence is something that can flee. Confidence is something that can come and go. But learning how to control and master your own mind is something that will stay there forever. So self-doubt, if we're being honest, it's not the enemy. It's not the thing that's really stopping you. It's a lack of control over that self-doubt. When that self-doubt might enter your mind, are you able to control it, or will the self-doubt control you? You got to go from self-doubt to self-mastery. But what is self-mastery? Self-mastery is learning how to control your thoughts, learning how to control your actions, learning how to control how you react, and learning how to stay disciplined regardless of how you feel. Regardless of if you don't feel like doing something, regardless of if you're tired, regardless of if you want to make an excuse. Because if I'm being honest, bro, you can't eliminate self-doubt. You don't eliminate self-doubt. Self-doubt is something that is always going to be there. Everybody has it. At some point, everybody has doubted themselves in whatever it is they're trying to do, or simply just doubted themselves in life. So you don't eliminate it. You don't get rid of it. You learn how to move forward, and you learn how to keep going despite the self-doubt. Because the self-doubt can't be the reason that you don't go try something. Self-doubt can't be the reason that you give up on your dreams before you even start. Like I said, everybody has self-doubt, bro. Everybody. The people you look up to, the people you hang around every day, your parents, everybody has self-doubt. Even confident people feel self-doubt. I feel self-doubt every single day of my life, but I don't let it control me. And just because you feel self-doubt doesn't mean you're weak. You're not alone in this, bro. Everybody doubts themselves at some point. Like I said, I doubt myself every single day in a lot of things that I do. But it doesn't mean you stop. It doesn't mean you give up. Like, the difference between the people that stop and the difference between the people that are at the top is some people listen to it and some people don't. Some people listen to this self-doubt and they give up because of it, and the others just move anyway. They act anyway. They start anyway. They take the risk anyway. So I'm telling y'all right now that self-doubt is normal. Don't feel bad because you doubt yourself. But something that isn't normal is staying stuck in it. Letting the self-doubt stop you from becoming this best version of you. Letting the self-doubt stop you from achieving everything you've ever wanted to achieve. Because like I said, your mind is either controlling you or you're controlling it. There's no in between. You were either in control of your thoughts. You were either in control of your reactions and the way you act, or your mind controls that. If you don't control your mind, the negative thoughts are going to take over. The self-doubt is going to grow. The fear is going to grow. You're going to hesitate. You're not going to be ready to take the step. You're never going to start this dream or this goal that you have because your mind is controlling you, bro. So it's time that we start to train our mind and control our mind, control our thoughts, control our actions. Because if you don't train your mind, it will work against you. It will. I've been there before. There's times where I'm there right now as I'm recording this video. There's times where my mind just takes over and I just gotta really sit down, ground myself, and just get back in control of my thoughts, get back in control of my mind. Because like I told y'all before, bro, I'm a big overthinker. And those are times and moments where my mind just takes over and it controls it. It controls me. And those are times where I also got to sit down and just be like, okay, I'm in control of this. I can control the way I think. I can control how I react. I can control if I let the thoughts win or I don't. So it's time that we master our mind and master ourselves and get in control of our thoughts. Because thoughts are going to happen, bro. It's just what it is. Sometimes you're going to think negative. You're going to doubt yourself. You're going to have these thoughts that just aren't the best. But it's about how you react to these thoughts. How you move after you have these thoughts. Whether it be negative, whether it be positive, like you are in control of how you react to them, and you are in control of if you let these thoughts win or they don't. You're in control. And you got to be disciplined with this control also. Like you got to be disciplined with everything you do, but especially with how you control your thoughts. Because discipline creates this self-mastery that we're trying to achieve, that we're trying to get to. You build mastery by doing what you said you would do, keeping promises to yourself. You build mastery by showing up consistently. You build it by acting even when you don't feel ready to act. Even when everything might not be aligned, you still move. Even when you're tired or you don't feel ready or you don't know where you're about to go, you still move. Because you know that's what you're supposed to do. That's your discipline. You can't build self-mastery without action, bro. Without taking the steps necessary. Like self-mastery is built through action, not emotion, not thoughts, not feelings, through action. So in order to get over this self-doubt and to move past it, you have to take the action necessary to do so. You got to change who you are. You got to change your identity. You got to change what you believe. I've been talking about identity a lot recently because it's something that I've really been learning about, and it's something that is huge in becoming this better version of us. In becoming more involved with our purpose, with the goals we have. You got to change your identity. In order to get over this self-doubt, you got to stop seeing yourself as somebody who doubts. You got to stop believing in yourself as somebody who doubts all the time, somebody who hesitates, somebody who doesn't feel ready. That's not you anymore. It's not who you are. You got to become somebody who executes, somebody who takes action, somebody who followed through on what they said they would do. That's the person you are. That's the person you're becoming. You got to change that up here first, though. Because if you don't believe in yourself to do these things, if you don't believe in yourself to follow through, if you don't believe in yourself to execute the plan, you're never going to do it. If you don't see yourself completing these goals, it's never going to happen. Because you become what you consistently prove to yourself. That's where confidence comes from also, is keeping promises to yourself. So you become what you constantly prove to yourself. You become what you constantly think of yourself as. Who you believe you are, that's what you become. So it's time to start believing that we are somebody who will get the job done. Somebody who will execute the plan. Somebody who will follow through on these promises we made ourselves and we made to other people. Identity is where we start. Because this doubt isn't going to win us over anymore, bro. This doubt isn't going to control us anymore. You and me. That's why I'm saying us. Because like I said, I'm no different from any of y'all, bro. I'm no different. I doubt myself a lot, every single day. But it's about how you respond to this doubt. How you look at yourself. Do you believe in yourself or do you not? That's what it's about. It's about your identity. But you also got to continue to trust God with your path, with the process. When doubt enters your mind, go pray. First thing you should do, go pray. Because God can ease your mind in ways that nobody or nothing else can. God will help you overcome this fear like nobody else can. God will help you walk with purpose like nobody else can. I'm gonna go back to this overthinking thing, bro. When I start to overthink, the first thing I do is pray. I pray for God to quiet my mind. I pray for God to just ease my heart, ease my mind. And then I'm at peace. Because God is the answer. You got to surrender it to God. You got to trust God with your path. And He gonna come through every single time. Like when you trust God and you trust the process and you trust this journey He's put you on, you stop letting doubt control your actions. Because you're just trusting God. You got no choice but to move. You got no choice but to take action. Put God first, bro. Because God is the answer to everything in life. I can preach all this. You got to do this and you got to do that. But what it comes down to is having a relationship and trusting God. Having faith in God, because He is the answer every single time. Whatever you might be going through in your life, whatever you might be feeling, surrender it to God and see what can happen. But like I said, self-doubt is always going to exist, bro. Always. It's never going to go away. It's always going to be there. No matter how much you achieve in life, no matter how successful you become, it's going to be there. It's always going to exist. I promise you, the people you look up to still doubt themselves to this day. I've seen many podcasts and many interviews where the top athletes in the world say there's times where they doubt themselves. There's times where they're not confident. But there's a difference between letting the self-doubt control you or you controlling it. Like self-doubt is always going to be there, but it doesn't have to control your life. It doesn't have to stop you from being great. It doesn't have to stop you from becoming the best version of you. It doesn't have to stop you from becoming successful. So if you master your mind, if you master your thoughts, you master your emotions and your feelings, you will master your life. You will go from self-doubt to self-mastery. Like that's the real journey we should be on. It's overcoming our thoughts, overcoming our emotions, and learning how to control these things so we can master ourselves. So we can be in control of ourselves. That's the real journey, bro. And that's really the first thing that you got to work on when it comes to becoming this best version of you. But that'll be all for this video, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like this video, go hit that sub button. We're with the 1K subs. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And we'll see you on the next one.